drips down from the top and creates a gas. This can be ignited.
Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 3, what's the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite?
Well, one hangs from the ceiling.
Which one?
Well, the stalactite hangs from the ceiling, and the stalagmite grows from the bottom up.
Thank you. Number 1, why do you take a sleeping bag? Do you sleep in the cave?
Well, sometimes where you have to go extremely deep or you have a very difficult passage, it may be necessary to rest periodically. It's better to sleep in a sleeping bag than on wet limestone.
That figures. Number 2, do you take birds down with you?
No.
Well, number 3, some people that go into caves take birds. Why do they take birds?
To the best of my knowledge, the only place they take birds is in mines. And that, I think they've even done away with that.
Oh, well, number 1, there's a very famous book, it's a classic book about a boy who was lost in a cave. What's the name of that book?
I believe you're referring to Tom Sawyer.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Horse and Bean.
Number 1, who was the nasty fellow in that cave?
That was Injun Joe.
You're right.
Victor Jory.
Victor Jory, yes. I never trusted him for 3 pictures after that. Number 2, now, I think it's incredible, the kind of rescue work you do, but I must say, it always goes through my mind when some joker gets himself trapped on the top of a mountain or in the bottom of a cave, and 1,000 guys have to drop everything and run. Isn't that a little bit unreasonable of him to expect you all to do that? And who pays you, number 2?
We all got excited that way. I mean, that's how we got into it. Just the caves are there, you know?
Therefore, you feel it's like a responsibility to do this
We
rescue?
know other people will do it.
I see.
And nobody pays us.
That's a
We're
good answer.
very proud to be volunteers.
Good. Number 3, you take scuba equipment along. Are there underground rivers involved in your rescue work?
That's the way their caves were made, underground rivers or streams, solution passages that water has dissolved the lime.
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, I think the work you're doing is marvelous, but can you explain to me why they need your services? For instance, wouldn't the local constabulary or the people in the town be able to help the person who is trapped in a cave just as well as you could?
Possibly not. We're all trained personnel, trained in first aid, trained in cave exploration. Some of us have a knowledge of geology, and all of us like and have explored caves extensively.
Thank you. Number 2, what is speleology?
That's scientific spelunking, and spelunking is amateur speleology.
I see. Number 3, when you go off on trips like this, what happens to your job?
Well, once I was fired, then I was reinstated, but as a general rule, it's understood that we will quit a job that won't permit us to go to hell.
Thank you.
That's it. Panel time for you to mark your ballots again, so please mark them at once as before without any consultation. Vote now. Vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. All ballots are marked. Very well. Tom, for whom did you vote this time?
Well, I voted for number 3. I thought that he was one of the most cooperative fellas we've ever had on here, if he's the real one. If he's not, he's a great impersonator.
Peggy.
well, I think number 3 is absolutely sensational, but I voted for number 1 because I think that's smart to take your sleeping bag down there.
Horse and Bean.
You might like it and want to stay, or what? Number 2 is brilliant. He knew everything. Oh, we're cracking up, that's all there is to it.
Oh, I didn't mean to do it.
It's all right, dear, I know. Oh. I think that, I don't know. Number 3, when he hesitated about stalagmite and stalactite, that would be the first thing that one of the fakes would have learned. So I think he's the real one, and I voted for number 3.
Tell us about underground waterfalls. Kitty.
I'm going to need his services any minute. I'm drowning over here. Well, I voted for number 1. I forgot the reason.
I have a real 3 back there.
Oh, I see. That number was under the bottom of the cave.
It's in the cave, yeah. I put it here in case.
I'll leave the other. I like it better.
All right.
We'll find out which one is in truth William Carras in a minute. But All you ladies become bird watchers and watch for this new kind of dove.
I can't wait to tell the girls about your new kitchen, Maggie. These cabinets must have cost a pretty... A dove. There's a dove. Sure. You Dove for dishes. The greatest. You girls, keep trying new dishwashing liquids, and they keep right on drying your hands. Dove's different. See? Specially made to be safe, even for women with dry problem hands. What's in this Dove?
Every single drop of Dove has a skin lotion ingredient built right in. Even smells like a lotion.
Well, I don't know.
Now do you know?
Your hands. Well, they never looked like this before. Oh, I wonder if Jenny Dawson knows about Dove for dishes. And Jane Gary, and Carol Nash, and Katie...
Bring Dove mildness to your hands with new Dove for dishes, especially made to be safe, even for women with dry problem hands.
So the votes are all in and all wet, and now let's see, in truth, which of these gentlemen is the head of the Cave Rescue Unit. Peggy and Kitty voted for number 1. Tom and Orson voted for number 3. Will the real William Karras please stand up? Thank you, sir, very much. Just to set the record straight, Mr. Karras is the head of the National Capital Cave Rescue Squad. Mr. Karras, how many men are there in your unit?
Well, there's 13. There's 6 on each team and myself.
And they're all volunteer, right?
All volunteer.
No one accepts
We,
any money for it at all, and they put their lives on the line when they go in there, don't
You
they?
get fired from a volunteer job, Mr. Karras.
Well, I hold a full-time job with a newspaper in Washington. And before that, another job. And this other job I was fired from because I took off. I left without telling the boss I was going.
Thank you.
From now on, he tells him. Okay, number 1, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is David Kaufman, and I'm Northeastern Regional Sales Manager for Ellenboro Mills, Ellenboro, North Carolina.
Thank you, sir. And number 2, what is your real name and what do you do?
I'm Walter Miller. I'm a professor of English at New York University. I've just published a new translation of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Checking the score, we find there were 2 incorrect votes. That's twice $100 for $200 for the second time today, and we thank you, gentlemen, very much. Hope you had as much fun as you seem to. Goodbye, and God bless you. We'll be right back. Now, here's a look at the magical land where sauce is king.
From Franco-American, where sauce is king, comes the very best spaghetti in the land.
Look, it's the king. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Everybody knows this Franco-American spaghetti with the mild sauce, the kind kids love for their lunch. Now try this nippy kind too, Franco-American Italian-style spaghetti. Special thin spaghetti with authentic Italian-style sauce. Made nippy by 3 kinds of cheese and selected spices. Your whole family will enjoy the spaghetti with a special nippy sauce. Franco-American Italian-style spaghetti.
From Franco-American, where sauce is king,
A ding-ding.
comes the very best spaghetti in the land.
Little drops of water, little grains of sand. Goodbye, panel. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, too. In the meantime, don't forget to tell the truth. Bye.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Johnny Olson speaking. The program pre-recorded.